Hi everyone, welcome to the introduction class to cloud computing. I welcome all of you. So, we will be starting with the introduction from everyone. You can just tell us your name, your experience, and which place you are from. And once everyone is done with their introduction, at the end I will introduce myself because few more people may join in between. So, let's start with Arnav.
Hi. Good morning, everyone, and good evening. So this is Arnav. I'm from Pune. I'm currently working with Siemens on one of its cloud product offering. It is the CAT software. It is the AWS cloud-based CAT software. So I have around 6 years of work experience. Initial 4 years in the mechanical industry, and then I made a transition into the development of this CAT software. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. Thanks Arnav for your quick introduction. Let's move to Praveen. Praveen, can you unmute yourself and can we have your quick introduction, please?
Uh, Hi everyone, good morning. So my name is Praveen. I'm from Hyderabad. I have 5 years malnutrition experience. Uh, now I want to transform my career to the AW engineering. So that's why I joined in the course. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Arvind, can we have your introduction, please?
Sir, I'm Aravind. I'm from Tamil Nadu. So I've
Okay.
completed my engineering in 2021. Then I've been working in sales as a business development associate. So now I want to start my technical career in cloud computing. So I'm into AWS.
Okay. That's good. Let's move to the next candidate. Nag, can you unmute yourself for a quick introduction? Hi, Nag, are you there? Just unmute yourself and you should be able to talk. Okay. Seems like he's facing some issue. So let me introduce myself. So my name is Neeraj and I'm into IT industry from last 18 years. And if I talk about my training experience, I have around 10 plus of training experience as well. I started providing training on Hadoop and big data. And from last now 5 to 6 years, I'm into AWS. I'm working as a AWS certified solution architect. And previously, 2 3 years back, I even got an opportunity to work. To work as a GCP certified cloud architect as well. And along with working on AWS, I share my knowledge with working professionals like you. So that's my day to day activity. So I'm a full time working professional, and in India morning time, that's US evening time, I conduct online trainings as well. Okay, so that's a quick introduction about myself. Now we'll be starting with introduction to cloud computing. Today's class is a introduction class, so there won't be any hands-on practical. But tomorrow onwards, everything I will be showing, demonstrating practically. And today we will talk about AWS trial account creation as well. That means tomorrow onwards, everyone can do the hands-on practice. Okay, so let's start the demo class with the agenda. The agenda for the demo class is what is cloud computing, cloud service provider, cloud service model, benefits of cloud computing, limitation of cloud computing, and AWS trial account creation. So we'll go through all this thing one by one, and I would like to make it as interactive as possible. That means as in when you have any doubts or if you would like to share something, you are most welcome. Please unmute yourself and you can ask your doubt. Otherwise, for a better audio quality, please keep yourself on mute. Okay. So let's start with the first one. What is cloud computing? If you are already working in cloud, or if you are working in IT and planning to migrate to the cloud, or if you are a fresher and planning to join your first company, in any of this scenario, cloud computing is the hot topic nowadays. It's a trending technology. So let's start with very basic. I will not make it very complicated or very technical. Let's understand the concept. What exactly is cloud computing? Cloud computing is nothing but a set of remote server which are available somewhere. That means that means we can that means we can remotely access them. They will definitely, it may not be available directly at your location, but it may be available at a different location, and you are giving access to that so that you can use it. Access to servers and services are made available to you. So the hardware you can get the servers, and along with server there are a lot of services, whether it's a storage service, processing service, notification service, and there can be many more services. Those services are available to you, and it is more of on demand self service. That means out of hundreds of services, which services you are looking for, what services are beneficial for you, you can go with this. And auto scaling of hardware. Auto scaling of hardware means that in the beginning you don't have to worry, don't have to buy a big hardware. Suppose you are getting a project, right? Let's start with a small setup. Let's start with three system. As and when you think that, okay, my three systems are not sufficient, you may request for more. It's like pay as you go. That means you have to pay only for that service which you are using, and only for that duration for that you are using. So usually I take a very simple example to make it clear, make it easy to understand. Let's take an example. Suppose you are a group of five friends and you are planning a trip to, suppose, Goa. So you can go there, you can reach there. As soon as you reach there in Goa, the next thing is you need a car in order to roam around over there. Now there are two options, right? Either you can buy a car over there, which is definitely not a good idea. Buying a car lots need lot of money, first of all, lot of paperwork, lot of formalities, and it may take some time, right? You are looking for something quick, so you can simply go to any car renting company, and as per your budget, as per your requirement, you can go with any car. The good part is the ownership will remain with the company, but you can use it. If you need it for next 5 days, you are good to go. If you're using for 5 days, that means you need to pay only for those 5 days. But if you're buying a car, means you have to pay a lot of money. Same concept applies here. If I am doing a project, and suppose I'm doing a small POC that may go hardly for 1 month, in that case, why should I buy the hardware? Maybe I'm doing a big POC. I'm dealing with large amount of data and I need 50 systems. Is it a good idea to buy 50 system for 1 month? No, absolutely not. Rather, I can go with the cloud services. There are many cloud service providers. They can provide me 50 system on rent for whatever time I need. I need for 2 hours, I need for 1 month, or I need for 5 years. They can provide, and they will be charging accordingly. That's a good thing, right? So this is basically the cloud service. Okay. So let me move to the next slide and we'll talk about the major cloud service provider. Although there are a lot of other providers as well, but if I talk about the top one, these are the three top cloud service provider. AWS, that is from Amazon Web Services. There is a Microsoft Azure, that is from Microsoft, and there is a Google Cloud, that is from Google. These are the major three players in the cloud service. And out of these three, if you talk, if ask me which one is the most famous or most common, that is AWS. The reason is AWS started its cloud operation around 20 years back, around 2002. If I compare with Microsoft or Google, they started cloud operation a little bit late. So they are into the market, they're into the competition, that's for sure. But still, AWS is leading the around 70 to 80% of the market. And another thing is the concept wise, these three are similar. That means if you are getting knowledge on AWS or Azure or Google Cloud, you can work on any of these cloud services. Only name will be different, but ultimately the concept remains same, and you can work on any cloud project. Okay. So before we move to the next one, I think we have a doubt on the chat. Let me quickly check that out. Okay. So Arnav is asking that is this course focused mainly on data engineering or cloud services in general? So Arnav, this course is dedicated for data engineering only. Since today is the first class, right? So we're not doing anything with the data. Definitely, it's a very high level introduction. But tomorrow onwards, you will notice that everything we will be talking about data engineering only. Okay, so I'm taking a pause here. If anyone is having any doubt, please feel free to speak. That would be even much more interactive,
Sir,
and I will answer your questions.
sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, Arvind, you are audible. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Actually, yesterday I went through some of the details in Amazon Skill Builder website. So
Okay.
it said that in order to complete this associate level certification, first you should complete Cloud Practitioner Foundation certification.
Yeah, that's correct.
So can you explain me about that?
Okay, so there are different type of certification. It depends upon the level and depends upon the in-depth knowledge. So cloud practitioner is the definitely the basic one, the first one. After that, you can go with associate, and after that, you can even go with this solution architect and all. So I would say that certification should be secondary part. First, you should understand the concept, and you should do it practically, because the certification are asking very in-depth question. It's not like a very high level question. That means you should know the practical knowledge of it. You should have a hands-on experience. So our 6 week training program, as I explained, that tomorrow onwards everything will be fully practical. So you should also create a trial account, which I will explain shortly how to do that. And once the trial account is created, you will be able to do everything practically. And after 6 week of training, you have a you can say confidence and the required knowledge. After that, you can say plan for the basic certification, the cloud practitioner. And after working for a few months, 6 months, 1 year, you can even plan for higher certification as well. So does that answer your question, Arvind?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Okay, that's good. Any other question from Arnav?
Sir, actually,
Yeah. Yes, Arvind, please go ahead.
sir, upon completion of the 6 week training, we will be able to face AWS data engineer certification, right?
Yeah.
Sir, similar way, where can I find study materials for? Is it necessary to do cloud practitioner? That's what my doubt is.
Okay, there are different type of certification. You can go with the developer as well,
Okay.
practitioner as well. But before that, I would say you should have, you check the syllabus for those. And most I am covering like more than sufficient according to a data engineer certification. But if you're looking for a suppose solution architect certification, you may need in-depth knowledge of these topics. Basically, after working for after working for 1 year in a AWS project, you are good to go with a solution architect certification. But practitioner and developer, data engineer, you can even go with like after completion of training.
Okay.
Uh, Hi, Neeraj. One more question from my side.
Yeah.
Like after completion of this training, what will be the proficiency level? What else need to cover for from do out from our side, and how much will be covered from your side, like just to meet the industry standard for a working
Okay,
professional.
as far as working in a project is required, my training is more than sufficient, because I'm working on AWS project. And to be frank, I'm telling you, whatever I will be covering in the training, everything is not even used in the project, because we will be covering a lot of stuff, right? So, from a working point of view, definitely it's more than sufficient. And apart from that, suppose once your training is over and you are getting a project in AWS, and they are working specifically on a few services. Suppose I will be covering 20, 30 services, and they are working only on 4 or 5 services. So you can explore those services in much more detail. Once you will start working on a project, you will get more insight of it. But to get started in any AWS project, my training is more than sufficient. I hope you must have received the detailed course content. Even I can share after the training. So I will share the detailed course content, and you will understand that we are covering a lot of things from a data engineering point of view.
Yeah, that answers my question. Just the follow-up question.
Yeah.
Uh, there are these two trending terms. One is snowflakes and then PySpark and uh, Yeah. So, will there be some introduction about that technologies as well?
Okay, that's a good question. Definitely, you are right. So PySpark is definitely I'm covering during my training. That's if you check the course content, it's part of my training program. Coming to your another question, Snowflake. As of now, that is not part of my training program, but I have knowledge on that. In my current project from last 2 years, we are using Snowflake. So on request, if you want, I can conduct a session on Snowflake as well.
Yeah, that will be really helpful.
Because Snowflake is not part of AWS, that's why it's not part of my training. But you are right, Snowflake is very trending nowadays. From a data warehousing point of view, Snowflake is getting a lot of popularity, and almost every company is using Snowflake nowadays. And the good part is I'm working on that, so I can definitely conduct a session on that.
Yeah, great. That will be helpful. Thank you.
Okay. Any question from Nag or Praveen? Otherwise, we are good to go. There is a question from Arvind on chat. Being a AWS data engineer, what are the roles that we work, and what is the entry level CTC? How to search jobs? Okay, so as the name indicates, data engineer means you will be playing with the data. You will be getting the input data from various data sources, and the data you get, right, that may not be clean. When we say clean means it may have some invalid records, it may have something missing, or we have to do some type of cleansing on that. Once the data is cleaned, that means your invalid data is separated out, and only valid data, only the good data is separate out. On top of that, we can do different type of transformation, different type of actions, and finally, the ultimate purpose of data engineering project is that analyzing your data and come up with some useful statistics, which should be good or which should be helping the top management to move your business in the right direction. For example, you are running a bank, right? So which particular credit card is being used, or which type of area my customers are using the credit card mostly, what type of offers I should come up with. And if I'm putting some money, I'm putting some investment in different areas, then which area is giving me more benefit, which area I should invest more, which area I should stop investing. So these type of statistics, right, your higher management looking for these type of statistics so that they can derive their business more effectively, they can move in the right direction. So this would be completely about data engineering project. For doing all these things, how to load the data, how to clean the data, how to do different type of ETL operation. ETL stand for extraction, transformation, and load, right? And finally, how to generate some type of analytics, some type of statistics, and finally, that data will be used by some other team, data visualization team. They will display it on a dashboard, because your higher management, right, instead of looking at the numbers, they will be like more interested to look at the graphs, where my business is going on, why this graph is going down, and that would help them to move their business in the right direction. So that would be a day-to-day activity for a data engineer. Okay, I think we have one more doubt on the chat. So Arnav is asking, will we create data pipeline in this course? Yes, we will do that. As I was explaining about the complete flow, right? The input data will come, then we will do data cleansing, then we will apply some transformation, then it will go into some database, some tables, some queries. This entire pipeline we will be creating. Okay, there is another question from Arvind, like how DevOps comes into this. So basically DevOps is like taking care of your infrastructure. Suppose launching a server, and little bit of DevOps I will be covering. Little bit of DevOps means that nowadays there are combined profiles. That means even if you're working as a data engineer, and if you don't know how CI/CD works, CI/CD stand for continuous deployment, continuous delivery, right? So continuous integration and continuous deployment, right? CI/CD. So you should be aware about it. And similarly, how to launch a server. There are many more concepts like high availability or load balancing, and few more things are there. So little bit we will be touching up on those topics as well, but more of this training program is for data engineers. Okay, Arvind, does that answer your question? Okay, that's good. Let's move to the next slide, and after that, if you have more doubts, we'll definitely take it. Okay, The next is cloud service model. Cloud service model is basically different type of services are available. I will explain about this slide later. Let me come back to the Goa trip. That will help you to understand. So, we were group of 5 friends and we were looking for a car. So we went to a car company and we requested for a car. So we are good now. The next thing is, do you need a driver also? Because you are all are in a party mode and you don't want to drive in a altogether a different city. So that's also fine. You request the car renting company that along with the car we need the driver also, and they will provide to you. Definitely they will be charging for the driver separately, but the thing is, service is available. You can opt for it. And now car is there, driver is ready for you. Now one more thing you need one guide as well. You need someone who can help you to explore the city, explore the beaches, and at the same time who can help you to buy some, suppose some adventure packages or any other activities, right? Even that service is available. You ask some companies over there and they will say, okay, our guide will be with you for next 5 days. He will help you for each and everything, and there will be separate charges for that, right? The point here is that you, as per your need, it's completely like self service. Whatever you need, ask for it, and whatever duration you will be using that service, it will be chargeable accordingly. Same thing is here. Now I will explain this slide. If you look at the bottom slide, it says IaaS. That stands for infrastructure as a service. That means infrastructure, the hardware is available as a service. You don't need to buy it. That means you can request AWS or any other cloud service provider that I need 10 system for next 1 month. It's absolutely fine. And you tell the configuration, how much should be the RAM, how much should be the, you can say, storage and other details. You specify that, and number of server 30, and they will provide you within few minutes. Within few minutes, 30 systems are ready for you, and you can do whatever you want, and they will be charging for that definitely. After 30 days, if you say, okay, my project is over, I don't need this server more anymore, it's fine. You can hand over this server back to the service provider. They will terminate or they will hand over those system to other users. It's up to them, but you will be paying only for the amount you use. This is the bottom layer, only infrastructure. No operating system. Suppose you are going to buy a laptop, they will provide you suppose blank laptop. It does not even have operating system, Windows, Mac, nothing. That's possible, right? Maybe you're interested, okay, I don't need any paid operating system like Windows. I'm okay with some, I will install Ubuntu, I will install Linux, I will install Red Hat. So you can go for a blank laptop. That means you are only going with the hardware. Operating system you will be installing. You can do that. And another way, you are saying that you need the hardware and at the same time you need the platform as well. Platform means the platform on which your users can develop your code or they can start doing the work. So your operating system or any development tool or a database or something, right? These things will be pre-installed on your server. Definitely your service provider will charge separately for the hardware and separately for the platform or the services installed on your server. They will be separately charging. And on top of that, software as a service is also available. That means the end product is also available as a service. Let's take an example of Photoshop, right? 10 years back, we used to install Photoshop on our laptop in order to edit the photos. But nowadays, have you noticed like people simply going to any website, upload the photo, do your editing over there, and download your final out photo? That's all. You don't need to buy any hardware, you don't need to buy any software, you don't need to do anything heavy operation on your system. Rather, your service is available. I mean, your the software, right? Photo editing tool that's available as a service. You go for a subscription based. You want 1 month subscription, 1 year subscription, and all that. It's like Netflix, right? You are you are going for that service, and as long as you are paying, the service is available to you. You can use it. So now the coming back to this example, that means whether you want to go with only hardware or you want to go with hardware plus the basic platform so that your team can work on that, or you are looking for a end product available as a service so that your team can directly start using it. It's completely up to you. So you can choose it as per your requirement, as per your budget, and then you can go with it. Okay. So this is,
Neeraj, sorry
yeah,
to interrupt,
yeah, please go ahead.
but yeah, is my understanding correct? Like when we talk about infrastructure, does it mean it is only about hardware? And when we talk about platform, it is hardware plus development environment.
Yes,
And when we talk about software as a service, it will be hardware development environment with anything deployed on it.
deployed on it, absolutely. The end product.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So you don't need to remember all these things like what is the full form of SaaS, software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service. The main thing to understand is that you have full flexibility to choose from. It's completely like customizable. Okay. So let's move to the next one, benefits of cloud computing. We are talking a lot about cloud. Cloud can do this, cloud can do that. Let's talk about it. What are the benefits? The first benefit is cost saving. As I was explaining in the beginning, that you need 50-30 system for 1 month. Do you plan to buy it? No, that's not a good point. Rather, I will go with the renting. So pay as per your usage. If you're using only 1 hour in 24 hours, why should we pay for 24 hours? We will be paying only for 1 hour. Scalability and flexibility can start with a small deployment. As I was explaining, you start with less number of servers, and later on, for example, you are an e-commerce website, Flipkart, Amazon, and you are planning to have an independence sale, right? So for independence day sale, you may need more servers because you are expecting like almost 5 to 10 times traffic, and your existing setup, existing infrastructure will not be able to hold the, I mean, not be able to handle the load. And as a business, you are not in, you will not be like I mean, not be happy if you are losing your business, because if lot of users requests are coming and they are not able to place the order or their payments are failing, that's ultimately loss to your business. So what you will do for those, suppose you are going with a 5 day independence day sale, in that case what you will do is you will request your cloud service provider that I have 5 system for now, but for those 5 days I need 20 system. They will provide it to you only for those 5 days. Once your sale is over, you can come back to 5 server. That means I don't need to pay for 20 server for a longer time. Only for that duration, whenever I need, I will pay for it. That's the flexibility we get with the cloud. Reliability, because cloud maintains multiple redundant sites. That means the data you store is stored on different location, duplicate copies. One data copy is available on Mumbai server, another is available in US, third copy is available in Europe. Why? Because due to any natural calamity, any flood, any you can say war situation or anything, right? Unfortunately, one system is, or you can say one location is down, my data is still safe. Duplicate copy of data is available on a different location, and cloud can provide it to you immediately. They will be definitely charging for it because they are maintaining 3 different copies at 3 different location. But the good part is, if your business is critical, you can quickly get your alternate, I mean, your data from your alternate location. The last but not the least is maintenance. So cloud service providers take care of the system maintenance. As a developer, we are not you can say worried about like some security patch is there, system is down, some you can say cyber attack is there. No, that's not my concern. I am paying for it. It's like a, coming back to the Goa trip, right? You are using the car and somehow your car broke down on the road. That's not your headache. It's not your car. You are not the owner. Immediately call your car renting company. They will make sure that in next few minutes, next half an hour, they will provide you another car, and they will take that car away which is broken down, because you are paying for the service. They will provide you the alternate. So when anything any maintenance is required, they need to upgrade the server, they need to perform some, I can say, security patches on database. Any type of maintenance work will be taken care by your cloud service provider. As a team, as a data engineer, we will concentrate only on our day-to-day work. So these are the benefits of cloud computing. I'm taking a pause here. If anyone is having any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, so there is no doubt, that's good. Moving to the next slide, the next one is limitation of cloud computing. Anything in this world, right, does not come only with benefits. Everything, whatever good it is, definitely will have some limitation, and we should know the limitations. If you're blindly planning to migrate to the cloud, that's not a good idea. Before you take any decision, right, you should think about pros and cons, benefits and limitations of it, and then you are good to go. So let's talk about the limitation. The first one is completely dependent on internet, because none of the server is available physically at your location. Everything is through internet only. That means if internet is down, then everything is down. Your team will not be able to work. Your services will be stopped. That's very rare nowadays. There are, you can say, like, you may have a backup internet in your office. That's fine, but still the point here is that nothing is at your location. Everything is on internet. So that can be challenging at some point of time. So that is one thing. And another is leakage of sensitive information, especially with banking. As a cloud service provider, suppose AWS is approaching any bank that we are offering these services, would you like to migrate to cloud? You know what banking will say? Banking will say that yes, we know there are a lot of benefits of cloud, we agree on that, but my data is very critical. I have very sensitive information about my customers, their bank balance, their address, their assets, their investments, lot of things are there. I cannot put the data on the cloud. Although you will provide the security, although you will provide the duplicate copy of data, everything you are providing, but at the same time, any cyber attack, anything happens, and if somehow my data is exposed over internet, that's not good for my bank, right? So the point is that banking, I have worked with few banks, I know this point very well. They are not migrating everything on the cloud. Now from last few years there's a concept of hybrid cloud. And why hybrid cloud concept came into the picture? Because all the clients are not comfortable migrating to the cloud. So what cloud service provider are doing is they are saying that, okay, whatever data you feel very critical, very sensitive, please keep it with you. And whatever you feel it's not that much critical, for example, credit card history. So from credit card history, if they remove your personal detail like your first name or credit card number, then remaining is just a, like, someone spent this amount on dining, someone spent this on movies, someone spent this on some adventure activity, some travel, something, right? The purpose is to do some analytics, like people are spending more money on which areas, and accordingly bank can come up with some useful offers, right? So whatever is less critical, that can be moved to the cloud, and whatever is more sensitive can be still on your premises. And the good part is your on premise server and cloud server can interact with each other. That cloud will make sure, the cloud service provider will make sure that your services are working fine. Okay, so exchange info between on-premise and cloud, it can be complicated. I'm not saying it's not possible. Definitely, cloud is providing that, but few things are on your cloud, few things are on your premises, in your office building, in your bank building. So it may be little complicated. If everything is on the cloud, it's good. If everything is on your local, that's also good. But hybrid is little bit complicated. And the last one, monopoly of service provider. That's true. If you are using some service from cloud service provider and suppose there is no competitor, then be ready for the price hike. They will keep on doing. We are facing this in my current project. You won't believe, every 6 months they are increasing the price like anything. They are charging hourly basis, and every few months they will send an email that, okay, from 1st of July, from 1st of January, the charges will be increased from this to this. Right now, suppose $20 per hour, they will be increasing to $23 per hour. After 6 months, $27 per hour, like this one. Because there is no competitor, the tool is very good, tool is very convenient. So you have to face such type of things as well. Okay, so these are the limitation of cloud computing. Anyone is having any doubt, or if you want to add something, you can do that. Okay, seems like there is no doubt. No worries. We'll be moving to the next slide. Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, like, okay, let us say cloud computing is something where servers and your data are kept in some remote space, okay?
Uh-huh.
So what if the data is no longer in use? It is not accessed. No one is using it. Whether they will erase the data or still it is kept as backup.
No, why they will raise? You are the decision maker. You will tell whether this is required or not. If you think that okay, this data is not required and I'm unnecessarily paying for it, then you like you remove the data. It won't be chargeable to you. If you think this is my history data, this is my archive data, I may need it after a few years, then keep it. There are different type of storage available. If you want to access the data more frequently, it will be more chargeable. If you say that okay, I will not access it every day, but I may need it after a few years, please keep it in your archives. So AWS will manage your data in archives and it will be less chargeable. So as per your requirement, there are different type of storage available. And if you say okay, my data is not required at all, forget about today or after a few years, I don't need it all, then delete it. You have the full control.
Okay, okay, got it.
Yeah. Okay, any other doubt? Otherwise we'll be moving ahead with the AWS trial account creation. Okay, so friends, we are done with the technical demo. I hope you understood little bit, because today is a demo class only, introduction class only. So if you know little bit what is cloud, what are the benefits, what are the limitation, that is good. Now, in order to start doing the hands-on practical, the very first thing we need is AWS trial account. The good part is AWS provides a 1 year free trial account. That's a good duration, right? Training will be over in 6 weeks. After that, you would get 10 more months to do your practice, to do more hands-on and explore anything. So how to create a trial account? I will show you on the browser. Just give me a moment. So I'm going to the browser, and what I will do is type AWS trial account. Okay, and you will get the very first link from AWS official website. Open it. Okay, you can see that there are free trials, 12 months free. So if you look at this one, you can get the detail, like what type of different limits. When we say free, does not, I mean, it's free, definitely free, but there is a limit. Free does not mean that you can use for anything. All the companies, all the enterprise who are dealing with terabytes and petabytes of data, in that case they will also go with trial account, right? No, they cannot go because there is a limit. But we are good for learning, good for training purpose. You can see that 750 hours of EC2 instance per month. What is EC2 instance? We will be exploring in upcoming days, but this is a good limit. Amazon S3, that is storage, 5 GB of data you will get. Amazon RDS is for relational database service, 750 hours. And similarly, you can keep on coming and you can check it out. Okay. So basically, we have how to create a trial account. Let me show that because I have already created. That's why it's not showing me those options. But give me a moment. I will open incognito window. AWS trial account. You can see that. Create a free account. Click on that. And once you click on this, it will ask for your email address. So you can provide an email ID. And along with email ID, it would need your credit card details as well. Nothing to worry about. It will be charging hardly 2 rupees INR or hardly $1 US dollar, only for verification purpose. And after 1 or 2 days, even that 1 rupee or 2 rupee will be refunded back. Okay, so you can see here, you can provide your email address and provide AWS account name. So account name is nothing, it's completely up to you. Suppose your project name is anything, suppose navigator. I'm just typing navigator, and suppose this account is used for development purpose, so navigator hyphen dev. Similarly, you can have another AWS account for stays, another AWS account for production. So you can provide a meaningful name, provide your email address, click on verify email address. You will get a code. You will put the code into the into the web page, and after that you will set your password, as you can see here. So I have kept a few slides that will help you to create your trial account. Set your password, and after that you need to provide your billing information. You can see here, we will not charge for usage below AWS free tier limits. We may temporarily hold up to $1 and equivalent amount in the local currency as a pending transaction for 3 5 days to verify your identity. That's all. I'm doing it from last few years, at least 5 to 6 years. Every year I create a trial account and I use it for 1 year for my training purpose. Over this weekend only, I created a new trial account that would be valid for till my next June 2025. You can also do the same. Okay, so that's all about how to create a trial account. And once your account is ready, you will be able to log in into that. So I will log in and I will show you. Sign into the console. So you can see this neeraj.aws.june2024 @gmail.com. I created this email address specifically for our training purpose over the weekend, and I created this AWS trial account for this purpose. I will click on next, and yeah, okay. So I will be just giving a brief introduction about AWS console, and then tomorrow onwards, each and every day, each and everything we will be doing on our trial account only. Okay. So on the right side, right hand side, right upper corner, you can see that it's displaying my AWS account name. I gave the name as training underscore dev. You can give any name. Click on that and you will find some detail. Account ID. There's a unique 12-digit account ID for every AWS account that will be used internally when we will do our practice and our you can say day-to-day activity. You will notice that somewhere, some places we will use our account ID as well. Apart from that, you can go to billing. That's more important thing. In the billing section, right, there is an option of alerts. That means in case you are approaching your limit. First of all, limit is too good that you won't be able to reach. But as a best practice, as in when you are like done with your practice, please stop the service. Right? It's not a good idea. If you need your server only for 1 hour for training, you do it. But after that, please stop it. Let's not keep our servers running 24/7. That's not a good idea. So on the billing section, as of now, there is no bills available because I recently created this account. But on the left side, if you scroll down, billing preference, yes, it's there. Billing preference, right? Click on that, and you will find some option of alerts. It's there. You can see that alert preference. AWS free tier alerts not delivered, and similarly another one. So we'll edit this. Receive free tier alerts and provide email address here. So I will provide my email address. This is a good thing because in case you are approaching it, usually when you will cross 80 or 85%, right, they will send you an email so that you are alert. Please stop the service to avoid any unnecessary charges on your card. So I put my email address and update. That's all. Okay, that's good. Apart from that, on the left side, you can see there is a uh, services option. You click on that and you will find a lot of services under different categories. Under analytics, you will see that there are different services available: Athena, clean rooms, cloud search, data exchange, firehose, pipeline, much more. Similarly, application integration and compute, right? Then container, database, developers tool, and much more. The good part is you don't need to remember anything. There are hundreds of services, and AWS will keep on adding much more. So whatever services we need, we are looking for, we can search for it. Suppose I am looking for EC2. EC2 is nothing but a remote server. So you will type EC2 and it will come. You see that. Virtual servers in the cloud. We have a dedicated class for EC2 in this week, so we will definitely explore in much more detail. But just to brief you, like on this portal, you can find all the services and everything we will be doing on our trial account. Okay. So make sure that you create your trial account before tomorrow's class, because tomorrow's class we will be fully practical and everything will be doing on our trial account only. So friends, that's all from my side. In case you're having any type of doubt, technical, non-technical,
Sir,
certification, timing, anything, you can ask me.
actually, sir, this uh, free trial account in the sense AWS console, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So every day after the class, I will be sharing the recording and the PDF and any other material. Suppose I am using some code or using some static file, some configuration, anything I will demonstrate in the class, I will be sharing that after the class. So you can do your practice as per your convenience. You can ask your doubt during the class, after the class, or even in case you are facing some issue, I can make you the presenter. Usually we do it after the class so that we don't waste everyone's time. After the class, you can stay. I can give you the permission to share your screen, and we can look into your issues. That's possible. Okay. So any other question? Any other
Uh,
doubt?
it just Yeah, whatever recordings we'll be storing, will it be available post completion of this course?
Absolutely. It's a lifetime access.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Sir, what is the level of proficiency that we should have in terms of knowing Python or
Not
any other
required.
programming language?
Absolutely not required. There is no
Okay.
prerequisite for this training program. If you know, it's definitely a plus point. If you know little bit of SQL, that's a plus point. But if you don't know it, don't worry. We'll start from very zero level. Today's class, you must have understood my teaching style and the examples I am giving. We will start from very zero level. If you don't know Python, absolutely not an issue. And to answer your question,
Okay.
programming language is not required for cloud.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, any other question? So the classes are Monday to Friday, India morning time, 6:30 to 7:30. If anyone is from US, right now I think you all from India only, including me. But usually in my batches, there are people from US as well. So for them, the classes will be from Sunday evening to Thursday evening. That is Monday to Friday morning for India people, right? So that's all. This will be a 6 week training program, and hopefully you will find it useful and interesting and definitely interactive.
Yeah. Neeraj, sorry, one more question from my
Yeah.
side. Like, since we are covering most of the things, like what should be the packages and something like we should be targeting based on the skills acquired?
I could not understand your question. Please come again.
Yeah, so like whatever skills we'll be acquiring post completion of this training,
Okay.
whatever job roles we'll be targeting, what
Data
should be the
engineers.
package range that we should packages? I mean,
Package range depends upon the experience. If you are experienced, then it depends upon that. But as per the market, like cloud is the, you can say, the top. Cloud is the trending. So if you are planning to switch your career, if you're planning to switch your profile, cloud is must. If you're going for an interview and if you say I don't have any idea about cloud, then forget about getting a job or changing your job. That's not possible at all at this point of time. Cloud you should know, and not only knowing will
okay,
not help. If you can do some practice, if this 6 week, if you spend some time, and in your resume you can show like 1 year of experience, people do that. But you should be confident enough. Simply blindly putting 1 year of experience and then not able to answer the question in the interview will not help. If you have done the things practically, and if you're showing 1 year of experience, in that case you are quite confident to face the interviews, and then you are good to go.
okay.
Sir, so upon successful completion of this AWS data engineering certification,
Mhm.
we will be the most eligible data engineer to apply anywhere like
Absolutely.
that.
AWS definitely you can apply,
Okay.
and as in case you get an opportunity for Azure or Google as well, you can go over there also.
Okay. Okay.
Why
Sir,
I'm saying
apart from
AWS?
these companies, we can,
Mhm.
no, sir,
No,
apart from this, we can apply for,
yeah, yeah.
yes, sir, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. Please go ahead.
Actually, sir, my doubt is that how to search jobs in LinkedIn or now, how to search
So
the
simply
jobs.
go to LinkedIn or Monster or whatever portal you are using and simply search for data engineers. Specifically, look for
Oh, that's
AWS,
all.
AWS data engineer.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Any other question? Any other doubt? Okay. So I will guide you on the next class, whether we will take it on the GoToMeeting or we will take on my app. I will uh, come back to you before the next class, and then we will meet tomorrow and we'll start our regular classes. Okay. So that's all for today's class. Thanks for joining. Thanks for making it interactive, and see you guys in the next class. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.